everyone, welcome back to another video. This one we're kind of traveling all over the place today and tomorrow, so I thought I would bring you all along and show you kind of what a bodybuilder in season and prep has to do when they travel. So first order of business, meals. We have to eat basically the same thing every day, so any changes in the body, it's easier to pin down kind of what variables are the cause. So as you can imagine, when traveling, meals get a little bit awkward, which is why I bring meals. And so I have packed a food bag here with some ice packs, with some milk and some cereal under there for my pre-workout, and banana as well as some chicken and rice. For some reason, I know a lot of like bodybuilders, they kind of just bring food in a bag and then just eat it, but never like kind of keep it fresh in ice packs and food bags and stuff. I'm not sure why. I don't know where you're watching this video from, but personally, I'm in London. And if you're based in London, you'd know that the week of the 27th of June, for the past few days, we've been blessed with really nice weather, which is very, very rare in London. Alright, so a little bit of an update. We are currently at Kettering, which is before Leicester. We were actually scheduled to arrive into Derby 40 minutes ago, and this isn't actually a station. Leicester's actually our first station, which is like a 10-minute, 20-minute train ride away. We've been stuck here for an hour and a half now. I am absolutely starving because I've only had one meal and it is currently 1 p.m. I don't want to have my second meal because that's my pre-workout meal, and I want to have it around an hour before my workout, which I don't at this rate know when that's going to be. When we got start, they did say they expect the problem to be resolved within 2 hours, so fingers crossed. We'll see. Alright, so I accidentally filmed everything in slow motion, so unfortunately there will be no audio. If you want to hear my coach Alex's voice, you're going to have to wait for another video at a later date. I'm sorry about that, but I have sped up everything back to a normal speed, and I'll just basically talk you through a typical leg day of mine whilst I'm in prep. Basically how I try and grow my legs, or I guess at this point, how I try to keep as much muscle as possible in my legs. So for our first movement, we have the lying hamstring curls. I like to do these first because they're my weak point and I can train them whilst I'm fresh before any squats and stuff, because after those I'd be too tired to work on my weak points. As you can see here, on my last set I like to slow the eccentric down even more than before, just so I can feel the stretch and squeeze every last bit out of the muscle. For our second exercise we have the leg extensions. You can see me having a slight pause and holding at a roughly 45-degree angle. The reason behind that is because that is great for strengthening your knees, and I like to do that during my warm-up sets to make sure my knees are feeling strong and to make sure that they are properly warmed up before I head into my heavier working set and my top set. So when it came to my working set, I decided to use the other leg extension that the gym had, because this one has more range of motion. At the bottom of the movement, it allows my legs to go further back while still being under tension. When it comes to most exercises, I find that the larger the range of motion, the better the results that you're going to see. The second thing is, as you can see here, Alex is helping me get in some forced reps. He's helping me push past failure. For the third exercise, we're back to training hamstrings. This time we're doing a seated hamstring curl just to lock ourselves a bit more into place. I find it a bit more isolating on the hamstrings. Again, controlling the eccentric, same as before. Now all we've done up to this point are isolation exercises. Here we have our first compound movement, which is the hack squat. Big movement. For these ones I do go to failure, which are absolute hell, but they grow your quads, and I want big quads because I don't want to compete in men's physique, so this has to be done. These do hurt a lot, and as you can see from my facial expressions, I'm not having a good time. On to our final exercise, we have the Cybex leg press. 2 sets of these. For these ones, I tend to do the same rep range as everything else. However, if on the hack squats I've gone heavier and as a result my rep ranges for my quads were lower. So let's say hack squats I ended up doing 2 sets on around 8 reps and 10 reps, then on these one I would probably aim at least 10 if not 12 and 15 reps, just to vary the rep ranges a bit in terms of what I put my quads through. Vice versa, if on my hack squats I actually went a bit lighter, let's say for whatever reason, touch wood, my knee acted up, so I decided to go lighter and did 12 and 15 reps on the hack squats, then for these one I would try and go a bit heavier and do say 8 to 10 reps. I do generally find this Cybex leg press allows me to hit depth very comfortably and it's very easy on my knees. I know I said that was a final exercise, but clearly I lied. I completely forgot that I also had adductors to train. That basically is the muscle between your legs where when they're big enough they close a gap in your legs when you're on stage, and I love that look. I don't like having a gap between my legs. I probably will have a gap in my legs on stage just because of how lean I am. To be completely honest, my adductors are just not that developed yet. But hey, can't blame a man for trying to close a gap in his legs. So here you can see me doing 3 sets of hip adductions or hip adductors.
Yeah, nice. That's come on massively, that shot. You're hitting that really well too. Yeah, it's disgusting. And then into a back double. Yeah, it's very, very strong.
The time is currently 7 minutes past 9. I am still travelling back home. On the way to Derby, someone decided to steal one of the cables north of Leicester. So we were stuck on the train for like 2 hours, longer than we should have. Got a leg session in, did a posing, ate. Then when I left to go back to the station, I left my wallet and charger in his car. So I had to Uber back to the train station and catch a train. Luckily I caught a train back to London, which is great. We are going on a day trip to Rye in Sussex today. The reason why we picked it is because I think it's one of the only places that isn't raining today. As you can see at the moment, I'm currently doing some cardio because although today is a rest day, as a bodybuilder traveling, I need to get my cardio in as well. Spending an hour on the treadmill, incline walks, just me and the treadmill. I think I might start Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because I'm a big Marvel fan and haven't actually watched that yet, so lucky me. These hour sessions are starting to get a little bit tougher because as you get fitter, I guess from doing more cardio. A bodybuilder, when they do cardio, what they're aiming for is a heart rate. As you get fitter, you have to ramp stuff up more to get the same desired heart rate. We are now in Rye. I have my backpack and I also have a little cooler box with me. My girlfriend said I look like one of those people selling ice cream, just keeping my food fresh for the day. So I need to go sideways here. I just smacked my shin. Oh, how am I going to fit through that? I'm going to take my backpack off again. 1 second.
It's not tight, it's just, this is the biggest ladder.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. The bell ringing on the hour. Dong, dong, dong. We need to go through there to exit. It's actually not that bad once you take it slowly, like one step at a time. Mind your head, by the way.
Graceful descent.
Your head, you might hit it. Well, I'm gonna.
At least you're on the cut now.
I've lost like 8 kilos already, so if I did this when I was 101, I genuinely think I might just be stuck in these rooms. Never to be found again. It is very narrow.
I know. Ow. I just smacked mine too. I just smacked mine too.
I feel like if I look at that for long enough, I'm going to get hypnotised or something. Tick tock, tick tock. First meal on the road, we have some blueberries and some dark chocolate. Yeah, I'm just basically walking around and eating like that, but luckily most of my meals are fine cold. I had my rice earlier, so this and then cereal, got some ice packs with milks, that can be a cold meal. My other meal, which is mince, broccoli and sweet corn, I'm fine with that being cold as well. It's just like a salad, that's what I'm telling myself, but veg can eat cold, so. The thing with those battle outfits is that they're not very battle oriented. Like you can't fight. You can't swing the sword in that. Yeah. Oh, nice ships. This is the second meal on the road. We have some lovely broccoli, mince and corn. Effectively like a salad, pretty much. It's actually not a bad meal to have cold. Still quite fresh because of the ice packs, luckily. Very nice scenery.